Now, shifting gears, are there any other areas you'd like to focus on?
Yeah, I yearn for that love life, something that I didn't experience growing up. I definitely want to find some stability.
So let me think. 1 of 4. And then 1 sec.
Really not knowing how to be a boyfriend is something that I've kind of failed at. It's not something that I feel like I've had the best experience in, and a lot of that is really due largely to how I was raised, not having a dad in the household. So very, very interesting trying to ask a 19-year-old the direction of a love life of myself.
For whatever reason, the way this is coming across, there's a reference to a woman with a J name.
With a J?
With a J name. And
J.
That's definitely going to keep in mind. That'll be over the course of the next year. For just any woman you meet, be like, what's your name? And if it's not a J, walk in the other direction.
Right, yeah.
But I love it.
That's interesting.
But keep your eyes peeled
J-Lo,
for them.
perhaps?
J-Lo, perhaps. I know, Jennifer Lopez. Can we? Exactly.
No, I'm just kidding. Jesus. That's the only J I probably need in my life right now is Jesus. But J-Lo was the first thing that came to mind. But hey, you never know.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, yeah,
I
man,
really appreciate it.
You know what? I've had a couple different readings. I've had the walking around New York City. Oh, there's a lady with a crystal ball. Let's go in there.
They like to beep a lot here, don't they?
And then it's like $80 later. I'm like, she didn't tell me anything. She said, you have cute hair and a good watch. I was like, I knew that.
Oh my God, is that normal?
Yeah. So today we're at my friend Carlos Campos' design studio. I'm getting nervous. I could, dance in front of 19 million people on live television. I'm like, no problem. But like now this is getting a little, I'm not normally fidgety. Now I'm worried I'm gonna forget somebody and somebody in the other world is gonna be mad at me. It's too early for tequila.
Probably.
All right.
Right, I'm gonna go grab a coffee.
Okay, here I go.
Hi, Carson.
Oh my gosh, how are you?
See you again.
Come on in here.
Oh my gosh, what a surprise.
I know, well, not for me, but I'm so excited. So in the back, in my friends and family area, I have 2 really great friends of mine from my hometown of Allentown, Pennsylvania, Lenore and Zach. And so here we are.
It's wonderful to see you again.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see what comes through today.
I know.
So I know you've seen the show, you're familiar with
yes.
how it works.
Yes.
I have my notepad here, and the way that this works is we'll just kind of do this throughout the duration of the reading. Are there any questions that come to mind?
Oh, let's talk about my love life.
Yeah, oh great. Yes.
Will I ever have one?
Oh my God, you could have one in a heartbeat. Here.
Let's work on that.
Let me see here. So you're going to Florida, that'll end up happening.
What?
I am seeing Florida.
I'm going tomorrow.
Good to know, because
Good.
I'm seeing Florida.
Florida.
And they're having me talk about hooking up. Okay.
I'm gonna have a hookup in Florida.
I think your hookup's awaiting you.
What?
I think you better catch that flight.
I don't even know this hookup yet. Or do I know this hookup?
I think you might. I think they're bringing up this whole flame, Carson. This is embarrassing, but
there is an old flame.
This is good to keep in mind. They're talking about the Florida trip. They're having me talk about romantic person, partner, potential thing, going back and forth. Like, do we not? Do we not? And then they're just like, no.
Okay.
So it's just good to keep in mind if there is the chemistry or if there's an offer. Maybe pull back. Would be the message.
Good to know.
They are just giving me a lot of Latin. Just a lot of Latin stuff going on. So I don't know.
Welcome to my world.
Is that your world?
Usually.
Okay, noted.
Yeah.
Okay, well.
Francesco, are you getting a Francesco?
Potentially.
Okay, I just met a Francesco.
Okay.
Did you see an eggplant with Francesco by any chance?
No, I think it was more of a shrimp.
No.
It's more of a shrimp situation, but.
Oh, that's good to know.
It's okay.
I'm a little bit psychic, but I can't, it's like The Secret. I wish it and then it happens.
Just take a minute, let's envision a very attractive, tall Latin man.
Yeah.
When I step out the door, I expect him to be standing there waiting for you.
It could be. This is New York. They're everywhere. Welcome. I hope you're not getting too many graphic images.
Oh, plenty, Carson.
Really?
It's okay, though.
Oh my God.
That's,
We'll have to do this for Tyler Henry after dark.
I always want to know about my love life because I don't really have much of one.
Right, no worries. Let's look.
Is there hope?
Oh, there's always hope.
I thought I had it all figured out, and now am I gonna be like 35 before I know it, and I won't have met anyone? You know, it's hard.
For some reason, I just saw an A, so keep it in mind. It could obviously be an initial of a person. I don't see A's frequently, so.
There may be an A initial that's good to look out for, although I'll accept any letter of the alphabet that seems good and hilarious, because at this point I really can't say no to too many people.
I would just be conscientious of when it comes to relationships with other performers. They keep having me kind of talk about this of like being careful or navigating that carefully when it comes to other people who would be like in your industry and also at the same level.
It's good to know where to look and where not to look.
Right.
Sometimes.
And sometimes knowing what not to do can help us just as much as knowing what to do.
I already know not to talk to any rappers.
Right.
Don't worry. It's okay. I already know that.
I gave the same advice to Amber Rose. She didn't take it, so let's not do that.
Not gonna do it. I know how we are. It just won't work. It just won't work. I know that. I am a rapper. There's only enough room for one rapper per relationship,
Exactly.
and I'm like taking that all up. It'd be too many planes and too much jewelry, and it'd be too ridiculous.
All the bling.
Too much bling, for one. I have to have all the bling. I need balance in my life, and I don't know how I would have any if they did the same thing as me and knew the same people and worked with it's like, well, no thank you.
So the love life is definitely of interest to me.
Love life-wise. Okay. Two people. All right. Let me
Like at once?
Not, well, if you play your cards right.
No, I can't juggle.
Just kidding. Bad. Okay, so no, it's not like that, but the way this kind of comes across is that you ultimately see a choice of having to pick between two people.
That's good. I mean, currently, like with the love life, there isn't one. Yeah. It's time. Just someone spoon me, please.
You know what? I feel you. Man that is popping in that I have to acknowledge. The feeling is life gets cut too short, or like someone passes away before their time. And when he comes through, he acknowledges a reference to music. He is showing a legacy being continued on. And then he is having me reference to like a dedication, but in a musical sense, and it comes through. Now, the interesting thing is he acknowledges this hasn't been done yet, and he feels like he's involved in it.
Yeah.
I like it.
It's amazing because right now I'm working on music for him, but he's on the record.
That's amazing.
And it's just a beautiful connection, and it's all for the love of him.
That's awesome. Well, I can't wait to hear it. That'll be amazing. And he clearly is really happy about that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, I've got that there. Thank you. There is an acknowledgement in the way this comes through of him basically bringing up this fact of showing me soulmate, soulmate, soulmate. And he's very instinct, like automatic, insistent, very, very, it's like coming through so strongly. It's like soulmate, soulmate, soulmate.
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 Like, what do you mean, me with
that's what I'm getting at. I'm trying to figure this out.
Yeah, well, I mean, my hands are sweaty. That's crazy.
Oh, that's interesting.
Who's coming through?
This person coming through who's acknowledging that this feels like my life was taken prematurely in the way this comes across. And so that's a very strong, indication that comes in. There's a whole thing when I'm connecting with this person's energy where I can tell that in life they would have to some extent been preoccupied before they passed with their health or focused on their health, and then I feel like I pass away of something surprising. So it's coming in, but it would have been at kind of a weird age where it would be premature. This is coming in, this is good to keep in mind, it's referencing to an individual. I'm seeing my symbol for college.
If it is, that is insane.
Who this would be referring to is an individual who would be in college, would have but at the time. Just good to keep in mind, they are referencing to a Steven or a Steve connection. Oh my God. I don't know where that fits, but it came in.
It's his middle name.
Oh.
And he died in his dorm room at college. He had epilepsy his whole life and was definitely careful about it, but then he died suddenly the day before his birthday, and I still don't know how he died, but he was my, my love. He was the cutest boy in school, and I was devastated, just devastated as a young girl, and he was the first young person I knew who died. It just was surreal. Grandparents go, you expect it. It was so out of time. I was in love with him since I first saw him in first grade, and we both had a lazy eye. we both wore glasses. But he was like the most beautiful boy in the world to me. And, he was my first love. And I had told my friend, I will always love him no matter what, no matter when I'm grown up, no matter, and he just still stays with me kind of as the person I, first loved and thought I would love forever. And he was really special to me and to a lot of people. And, I hope he's at peace now.
So you keep saying my next boyfriend or whatever. Do you not see anything about my current boyfriend?
Love you, look. Because we might be fine there. I mean, look, I think in the way this kind of comes across, I always tell people I'll see an area and I'll see when a part of our lives are going to kind of reach a peak. So whether we're in something currently or in 2 years, we're going to kind of reach this point. I generally kind of view what is a good opportunity based on what's peaking.
Right.
And for you, I really am feeling like love life is not the area right now that is reaching its peak. Career is really that area. So one of the challenges that's coming through is a referral of ultimately being distanced, but in a physical sense. What comes through is literally, I'm seeing a clock in the way that this pops in, and I'm seeing this, and it's symbolic for basically saying that a schedule or two people's schedules would not be ideal for kind of a cohesive relationship. If we have two individuals who are both very driven, doing their own things, the feeling is we want to ensure that we have enough time for a relationship to be able to have that. And that can be a challenge if two people are motivated and are not necessarily always together physically with where they're going. So that can definitely be the case. I would say for the current situation, so long as we can make sure distance does not end up being an issue, we're fine. Where does he live at the moment?
Where?
Yes.
In Cleveland.
I see a lot of travel for this individual, like to an excessive extent that I'm kind of almost like, oh, I don't know if that would even be reasonable for them to like do this much. So just remember that I'm saying that because there will be some opportunities.
Yes, his job is to travel like every other few days.
I'm just like going everywhere and it's like, what does he do for work?
He is a basketball player.
Nice. Yeah, as long as we're good with all that travel, I'm honestly not saying anything that I'm immediately concerned about.
Okay.
So that looks good.